Hey, hi guys.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is our first.
This is our first pod chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Pod chat. Yeah. So we're gonna try it out. See how it goes.
It would be kind of like podcast, but with chat.
Okay.
Okay. Today, what do we talk about it?
Today we're gonna talk about dating advice.
Ooh, this is really good for you guys. Is you single?
Yeah, still single, dating, married. Because when you're married, you still have to date each other. Mm-hmm. You cannot stop dating each other.
It's true.
And when you're single, you have to prepare yourself for Mr. or Mrs. Right.
Yeah. We just will give like couple advice, like not too many, because yeah, this is something that we are doing is that we're working for us, and we believe we're working for like everyone. Like it's like basic things you can do in your relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first one we're going to talk about, we have listened to books and YouTube videos and podcasts and things like that about relationships. And we can put in the description of the video some of the things that we found really good so that you guys can have those resources if you want. But the first thing is how different we are, males and females.
Yeah. Huge difference.
Yeah. So we communicate differently. We want to communicate differently. We want different things from each other. Mm-hmm. But if I want something from you, that's how I'm going to treat you. And if you want something from me, that's how you're going to treat me. That's how we just are as humans, right? But we have to learn to understand the opposite gender so that we can understand better and communicate better and be more efficient
and communicate.
Yeah. And not waste a bunch of time and effort and tears and
and frustration.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
So I'll talk a little bit about females. So what females really want is for our male partners to listen to our feelings, to the things that we're like frustrated about something, and I want to tell you why I'm frustrated about that, and I just want you to sit there and listen.
Yeah, but this is the problem, because from my perspective, for male perspective in general, when the females start talking, we start like think about the solution, but it's not the point, because she just wants to talk about it. She don't ask us for solution, like to fix something. And this is like we struggle a lot, because when the females start talking, we think, yo, how can I solve this? How can I fix this? So don't do like, hold on guys, just listen.
And a tip for females, if you find that your partner is giving you solution after solution and you're like so frustrated, I remember feeling so frustrated, like that's not what I want. Something that I've learned to just tell you is I just need you to listen and I need you to support me.
Yeah.
And so then he knows to say things like, wow, that's really difficult. That must be really hard for you. Wow, you're such a hard worker.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case is that I am trying to like show him how I'm feeling. If he says things to me that show me, oh, you're hearing what I'm saying and you're listening and you're responding in a way that I appreciate, then we don't need a solution. We can find the solution ourselves. But we just need to be listened to. And just because we're asking or we're telling you about something that's a problem doesn't mean that we need it to be fixed.
Yeah. We don't need to put our head like fixed head and try to fix everything that she talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's good. So we can talk about the next one.
Yeah.
Which one will be the next one?
The males.
Yeah.
So talk about what males want if there's a problem. How would you like females to support you? How do you feel supported?
Oh yeah, because like we as a male, we think about like how to fix everything. Like if you like struggling with some problem, we don't need any advice from female, like, because we can find it for ourselves. Or if you we ask they, oh, could you help me with that? If you don't ask, don't try like to help us to fix us, because the only thing that we need like the time with ourselves, like in our caves or in our room or watching something or read something, like to distract our mind until we find the solution. So the best advice is if you see like your partner or husband is struggling with something, if he don't ask you for help, don't try to fix him. Like try, oh, I want to help. Oh, do you wanna talk about your problem? No, we don't wanna talk about our problem.
Listen, ladies. If he doesn't ask you to talk about things, don't try to get it out of him.
Yeah.
Because I know as women, we feel like, oh, if you talk about it, you'll feel so much better. But that's us. If I talk about it, I'll feel better. But if he talks about it, then it makes him feel incapable of doing it himself. Exactly. And we want to empower the man that's in our lives. And the best way to empower the man that's in your life is to let him solve his own things. If he has an issue, let him solve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. and don't assume that just because you can tell he's frustrated about something that he needs your help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Because I feel like that.
Okay, so next one.
So the next one is about listening to each other when we speak.
Yeah, this is a good one. Listening each other.
Yeah. So a lot of times when one of us is talking, the other person is thinking about how we can help them or a potential solution to their problem, or where we have maybe another motive. And it probably is a good motive to try to help the person, but we need to listen to what they're saying. So if he is telling me, like, I don't need help right now, or no, that's okay, I can do it. Don't listen and hear what you think he's saying.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, he just doesn't want to ask me for help, but if I helped him, I think he would appreciate it.
Yeah.
And the same thing with us, that if I'm telling him, babe, I just want you to listen to me, I don't need a solution.
Yeah, because sometimes I want like fix some for her or give like some advice, and she needs to say, babe, please just listen. And then and then I was okay, and then I need to change my mode, like to listen mode, and then listen her, and that's it.
And another thing with listening is we want to make sure that we are communicating efficiently and effectively. I don't want to try to think, oh, what's the best way to tell him this? And I don't want to hurt his feelings. Those are great thoughts to have, and it means that you really care about your partner. But the way that we can communicate the best with each other is to just tell the other person, hey, this is what I need. If you don't tell them what you need, if I don't tell him what I need, he doesn't know.
Yep, exactly.
And same thing, if he doesn't tell me what he needs, I'm gonna assume he needs something different.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, is to listen well and communicate effectively.
Yes, it's the key, like communication.
Okay, then our last one. What's our last one?
The last one, this I learned with my mother-in-law. Thank you, Sarah. This is so good. We have a very good communication. And that's the thing, like, because of that we don't fight, we don't argue. When you realize we start arguing, we just need to listen. That's it. We just need like and listen. And then like we calm down and we can solve our problem really easy, I believe. So she's amazing. And then I remember our talk with my mother-in-law, and she told me like, "Hey Elvis, listen this. It's not wrong, just different." And say, "Oh, yeah, it's true because like something that she does is not wrong for me. She does the thing different than I do." So that's the point. Like if you think the person is doing something wrong, like wait, think about it. Like maybe the people is doing something different the way that we do.
And that's why, as couples, males and females, and whoever your partner is, we complement each other because we're different. You don't want to be the same as somebody. So me trying to convince him, this is the best way, this is the best way, that doesn't help anybody because the way that his brain thinks and the way that my brain thinks are very different. But I can give him ideas that maybe he hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
And he can give me ideas that maybe I haven't thought of, and it's because we're different that we get to complement each other the way that we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything that you feel like is different, and we're like as people, it's hard to hear something different than we think or than we grew up thinking or that we feel like we learned. It's hard to hear that and not want to say, oh, but this is what I think.
It's so hard, but that's why like we are different.
Yeah.
Like we need like understand each other, the difference between like.
So we say to each other a lot, if we don't have fights, but we disagree, we're humans. And so if we're disagreeing about something, we have to remind each other, okay, the way that you think isn't wrong, it's just different than me. And vice versa as well.
Yeah. And I want to add one thing that we didn't think, but I want to talk about is respect. So this because she told this and I remember like because we have like a very good respect for each other. So I think that's why it's working really good.
Yeah, we respect our partners' like thoughts and feelings and strengths and weaknesses and things that we both like, things that we want to accomplish. We respect those things between each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you truly can respect the person as a different person than you, but as someone who compliments you, your relationship is going to be really good.
Yeah. So I think that's it, guys. For the don't stay too long, we give you guys like 4 tips, advice.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's it. What do you guys think about our first
Pod chat?
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Please leave the comment below.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like and don't like. If you don't like it, don't like. But please don't dislike. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll see you next time. We love all of you so much.
Bye.
Bye.